Flashig. Looks like Cursed Hollow. We're going to be returning once more upon likely the most played map in competitive existence today. Cursed Hollow is just a favored map amongst many. Will this be a Vikings ban? Because Fluffy and Playful get the first pick, first ban. They do got first pick, so they don't necessarily need to actually ban out the Vikings. But they're going to anyways. They have no intention of playing it. Sylvanas, Brightwing, Illidan. It's going to be one of those three, I think, here for a ban against the Fluffy and Playfuls. But VermitraX has surprised me before. They've been pretty solid with their drafting, so I suspect it will be one of those three. And we're just going to have to keep an eye on that. Fluffy and Playful. What a great team name. So they're taking on VermitraX, and we're waiting for this ban. Come on, ban. You can do it. Bam. All right. Yeah, the monster is Monster Cut. And wow, VermitraX actually not willing to play against Nubarak. Now, this was a ban that we saw, as it turned out, quite a few times last night in some of my North American casting, but it was the first time I've really seen a Nubarak ban. So now with the Nubarak there, that means that Sylvanas is still on the table, Brightwing, and of course Illidan. So Illidan's going to be the first pick here for the Fluffy and Playful. If there's anything that is not Fluffy and Playful, it's probably Illidan. Although DeFebruar, one of the streamers out there, does actually have an Illidan Blade body pillow. A little jealous, not going to lie. But that is Fluffy and Playful. This Illidan, however, is not. So amazing that any of those three characters that I said should be banned are going to be the first picks. Brightwing, Sylvanas, and Illidan. No bans, so they're all first picked. Blue here could absolutely go for a Kael'thas, for a Jaina. Don't really know what kind of healer they want. We did just see a double healer comp from Inside Games. So if they don't pick up, for example, their Malfurion, if they really want the Malfurion, it might be stolen away for a double heals from VermitraX. I don't expect that to happen, but it's always possible. So instead, they will steal away the Mirrodin. With the Nubarak out, you're going to need a solid tank. Mirrodin is going to be the answer. And they're also going to take a Vala. So no mages here as of yet. Very curious. Kael'thas still on the board, Jaina still on the board. But now with Mirrodin, Illidan, Vala off to the side, VermitraX does have a Brightwing. Will this be an Emerald Wind Brightwing or a Blink Heal? We've been seeing a heck of a lot of Blink Heal in these last few matches this entire weekend. But Brightwing will still at least have the Polymorph to help control that Illidan. They do need to put up a good frontliner. Could we actually see an ETC or a Chen here today? It's very possible. Now, they already got a heals, so right now it's just you got to be probably looking at damage in a warrior. Damage, as I said, still could be a Jaina, could be a Kael'thas. There's the Jaina already. The Vala's out, so this is where I would expect to see a warrior right here from VermitraX. But VermitraX has been playing a lot of an Uberak Tyrael. Could Tyrael do it by himself? I didn't think so. Yeah, it's going to be an ETC. If they can catch Illidan in a mosh, especially if Vala takes strafe, that could be devastating for the team fights here of Fluffy and Playful. But we need a healer now, and if Flashig here is going to be anything like most of the European teams out there, it's probably going to be a Malfurion. And to go with that, we need a little bit more damage, I want to say. A Kael'thas into the back, a Zagara into the back. They don't need another melee because they have Illidan, so you're not going to see a Thrall, a Kerrigan, a Zeratul. Could be a double warrior comp. You could go for the Tyrael here, Tyrael and Malfurion. If they want to put up their own global pressure, because Brightwing is very likely, to go. Oh, she has a phase shift. Sorry, ETC is likely to go Mosh Pit, but he still could go Stage Dive, which would give us two ways to keep global pressure for VermitraX. So if Fluffy and Playful wanted to counter that, you would see a Falstad. I do think we need another ranged DPS in the back, though. So it's either going to be Malfurion DPS or Malfurion Flex. So a Tassadar or a Tyrande. They're thinking about it. They're taking their time. The time pool is ticking down. And is there any big characters that I kind of missed right there in current meta? Could be the double warrior with the Tyrael. It's almost guaranteed to be Malfurion. Could see a Falstead, could see a Jaina. The senpai. Notice me, senpai. Oh, really? Okay. So the Uther with the Divine Shield could still actually go Malfurion, but Illidan with the Divine Shield. It's just not something I see a ton of here in Europe. It's almost staple in North America. But based upon yesterday and this morning's games, I wasn't actually expecting the Uther Illidan combo, at least this far apart in picks. So, okay, what will they do for the last then? Can an Uther by himself keep up Illidan Mirrodin? That's going to be the big question. Could be flex. I'm actually leaning more towards flex now, like a Tyrande or Tassadar. Still could be a Tyrael, still could be a Malfurion. Yeah. We're just going to lock in with those choices. Any of those three, I think, would be fine here. What can VermitraX do for their last pick? So it is going to be a Tyrael. Double Warrior. They got the initiation. It's basically the dive comp tier of Tyrael, Mirrodin, Illidan. The problem is it's 4 melee. It is 4 melee for Fluffy and Playful. Do we have something that can zone out here? Kael'thas. Kael'thas. Could we get the Song of Fire and Ice? Oh, right. They needed another healer? Okay. I think I might have actually gone Kael'thas. Kael'thas, Jaina, they got the Brightwing. All they have to do is Emerald win the dive and just destroy everyone. But it's going to be Malfurion, so the Tranquility will be popped, just not for the team I expected to see it on. So Tranquility, Brightwing. Brightwing will have the global pressure. We don't have anything to match that here from Fluffy and Playful. Sylvanas, we saw the Sylvanas push between Brightwing, Sylvanas, and Jaina before. We've seen this is I think 3 for 3 now. VermitraX has gotten this comp. They are absolutely terrifying. If they get any kind of kills in their lane, they're just going to start pushing down those towers again and again and again. It's also I'm probably going to see Brightwing solo rather than the Malfurion solo, so it would be a Malfurion Sylvanas Jaina lane, and ETC will be out soloing something Brightwing. I have said promote multiple times today, but I have yet to actually see one. All right, so actually just getting into the game here. Team Blue is actually not Team Blue according to this. It never is. I don't actually know if the translation will fit into the teams, so I might actually just have to change the name, but we'll see. We'll see. Either way, I mean, VermitraX has the double heals. We talked a little bit about this earlier. The double heals, ETC, Jaina, Sylvanas. Tyrael diving in, Illidan diving in. That's why they went with the double heals. Based upon what we saw last game, it's likely not to be a promote here from Brightwing. It's likely to be double shields from Malfurion and Bright. Could they go for the cleanse? Do they need a cleanse? They could actually cleanse out the Judgment. It'll still land the damage, but it won't damage the it won't land the knockback. So Brightwing might still go cleanse. If he doesn't, it'll be Gust. Malfurion at 7, I want to say will be the extended regrowth. I don't think we're going to need a mule here. We don't really present a lot of siege damage for Fluffy and Playful. But it's all going to come down to, play styles. How will this team play? Now the lobby is filled up, and it looks like we are going to be joining everyone into the Nexus here in just a moment. But yeah, the drafts are interesting today. Europe always likes to throw me curveballs. I have much higher prediction rates on North America. But, you always learn a little something here going across the pond. Double healers to counter double tanks. I've been seeing it a lot this weekend. I hope that we're not going to get back to 2.5 healers, 3 healer comps, because that era of meta was just painful. It was absolutely painful to watch. It was so slow. Oh, just everybody dogpile on top of Illidan, dogpile on top of Kerrigan, dogpile on top of Thrall. Yeah. So, how many Shrink Rays do we have? Malfurion does get a Shrink Ray. Uther can get a Shrink Ray. The Malfurion Shrink Ray pick is almost guaranteed. It's either going to be that or Ice Block. But Shrink Raying in Illidan really does kind of bring down the usefulness. You know, making him smaller, it's slower, you can't attack as fast, which brings down his survivability a little bit. Uther, even if you kill him out, he's still going to get those heals off. So Illidan will be a thorn in the side. Tyrael as well, he's going to be able to shield his diving buddy quite frequently. So it's all basically a big dog pile here on top of Illidan between those three. Vala will, of course, just get off as much damage as she can in the back. And she could probably go strafe here. I think that Vala could easily go strafe. The only big things that she has to worry about is ETC getting into the back line and Brightwing Polymorph, which is likely to be landed on top of Illidan anyways. So yeah, I would definitely go with a strafe. Mirrodin's just going to dive in with the Avatar, Judgment, Divine Shield meta. Vermitrax is... You have a really big opportunity for Brightwing to go Emerald Wind because you got Malfurion. If it's not going to be an Emerald Wind Brightwing, it'll be a Silenced Malfurion with the Twilight Dream. One of those two scenarios will happen. I doubt both of them will go heals with the Tranquility and the Blink heal. But Jaina will get the Water Elemental, and I want to see ETC with Mosh. I think Mosh is the better choice here. Mirrodin and Uther can both stun it out, but unless Vala goes for Rain, he could catch both of them in it when they go diving. Yeah, I think that will definitely be the way to go. We got into the lobby and they all picked their heroes, but we're just kind of waiting here. So I'm not entirely too sure what we're going to be ending off with. But there's the draft. And, oh, there we go. Speak of the devil. We are going to be getting into this one, ladies and gentlemen. Cursed Hollow for the round of 16. Winner to move on, of course, to the quarters. And yeah, it will be Vermitrax on the left, and it will be... Did it work? Flashjunged. Maybe I can call him Fluffy and Playful. Maybe that will fit. Team Red. Yep, Fluffy and Playful will fit. The German actually won't. So we'll call them that there just for clarity's sake for my tongue, because it will not do that. It will not do that German whatsoever. Brightwing on Smexy style. Discate, Bims, BZ, and Lotus are going to be making up your team here on the left of Vermitrax. So far, an undefeated record to get into the round of 16. And we saw them, I think, into the quarters yesterday where they got defeated by Nihilum. On the other side, Fluffy and Playful, Ayoda, Chepo, Bernhard, I like that, Bernhard, Jax, and Hitch. They're going to be making up the team here of the German squad of Fluffy and Playful. Now, we already got the party bush. Look at this 5-man stack down here. It's a really good stack. And Escape is going to find Chepo. Did we get a sword? No sword. There's the sword. Roots! Cannot sword out of Roots. No Angelic Flash there, and he's not even going to blow up on anyone either. The 5-man collapse does yield first blood, but we kind of need people to split to other lanes now so that we don't fall too far behind. We do actually obliterate there. The mid Escape is just going to push up a little bit. Bernhard has rotated down to cover the lane for Chepo, but now the 3-man is going to go top. So they put 5 mid to find out what the lane distribution would be from Fluffy and Playful. And noticing it's just Illidan top, they're going to punish that as hard and as fast as they can. You see Bernhard now moving up. You see Jax now moving up. So the rotations are good from Fluffy and Playful. They're not just going to let that go unanswered, but already one tower down to half. The passive of Sylvanas is just so punishing if you can't do anything about it early. It will become a healer fight bottom, and we do got actually a bribe there from the Brightwing at level 1. It's not going to be a scouting drone, not today. Descape and Chepo will be the wet noodles, and who are we actually still waiting to rotate out? Uther. Uther's going to be making the long trek north. So it will be Smexy style and Illidan, but already, again, like BZ, Lotus, and Bims, they've done so much damage into this top lane. There's no healer here, so Jax, he's going to have to hit that fountain. And even then, he's going to be very much on the back foot. Here comes the heals from Hitch, but, oh, like, that's it for the lane. Like, there's no towers left. Towers are gone. 2 minutes. The entire tower line is just demolished. The rotations were just a little bit too late. There's nothing for that to stop it. Like, Hitch had to wait all the way for Illidan to get bottom, and then he made the long trek top, and already the towers are done. And apparently that that symbol is just not going to disappear. We should have now the tribute coming up in about 5 seconds. Okay, there it is. Tribute now spawning, and it is going to be top. So we already got everyone basically in the area that we want. At least that's what I would have thought. But Lotus, BZ, and Bims, they're actually going to go mid. ETC is now swapped top. They're going to perhaps just continue pushing on. I don't know, a little bit of a weird rotation. I guess they didn't take tributes into account, but here it is. They are going to come back up here. Escape is going to be the big target. Here comes the Brightwing as well, because it is the full 5-man squads for both teams looking for this first tribute. Chepo, silent, stunned, killed yet again. Now Iota is off on his own, and there's nobody to parkour over. He is just going to get power slid and destroyed. Jax! One more attack, it's not going to happen. The level 4 shield on top of BZ is going to be 3 quick kills for VermitraX, and they're going to get that tribute there as well. It is the double shield. So the Malfurion and the Brightwing, no promotes here. They want as much double shielding as they can to deal with potential burst comps from Judgment, from Illidan. Level 7 is about to be here. I fully expect to see Cleanse at level 7 here for the Judgment. But we got the double Envenom, the double shields, Protective, and of course double neck guitar. There's Enduring Growth, Remorseless, Frostbitten. It will actually be Gust. They're not afraid of it. Iota is being super sneaky here. Look at this. Iota's going to go for it. So anybody that gets judged is going to just have to suffer through the judgments. It looks like that the team is not too worried about cleansing it out, and they're just going to have to deal with it. There's no Iota on the map. So I guess VermitraX is thinking that he's at his Giants or he's at his own Bruisers. Little do they know he is at their Bruisers. That's going to be a little bit of a rude awakening right here. And the timing is good. The Bruisers will go up, and they might provide a distraction. But the second tribute is now here. Iota is done, and you see Chepo. Chepo's not going to be leaving because Escape's not leaving. Nope, Chepo is... No, okay, he's just going to ping pong back and forth. That indecisiveness, though, is definitely not going to be doing him any wonders. We got Bernhard still mid. We still got Illidan mid. It looks like that the tribute was immediately picked up by VermitraX, and now they're going to be pushing down this top lane with these Giants. Where's the Sylvanas in this? Sylvanas is... I just can't see her, apparently. Oh, she's hiding amongst the mercs. My bad. Yeah, so she, the Sylvanas being supported by Smexy and Bims, just keeps pushing in here, can use that passive to just take down this fort very quickly. There's not really much of a response. I mean, the double tanks are busy. Lotus is here, making sure Bernhard doesn't go anywhere. Illidan was off merking, which means it's likely to be a free fort here. And if they get this fort, it's going to be very close to level 10. And level 10 to 8 for this next tribute is a painful position to be in. What did those... what did those Bruisers get done? Ultimately, nothing. They weren't even responded to. So Iota might have taken a threat out from the map, but unfortunately, it did not provide the distraction he was looking for. Now, we do got the rest of VermitraX coming down. Here comes the Brightwing from top. They are so close to level 10 that anybody that sticks around here is just going to get murdered, like the Mirrodin. And that's going to be a quick 3 up, 3 down, and an early 6-minute curse. Going to go the way of VermitraX. Are they going to push with it? All right, what are they going to do with it? We already got the splits to do as much damage mitigation as we can from Fluffy and Playful, but it's just going to be immediately a boss call and level 10s as well. So Mosh Pit, Tranquility. There's the Emerald Wind, which apparently the tooltip just doesn't want to show up. Wailing Arrow and the Summon Elemental. So it is going to be the Trank and the Emerald. The Emerald is going to be super good against the 4 melee comp here of Fluffy and Playful. During all this, of course, we did do our defense, and now it does look like Fluffy and Playful will go for this top Golem. The problem is they don't really have any damage here. They got a healer, they got Vala, they didn't have Illidan, Tyrael is nowhere to be found, and they're just not able to DPS it down at any speed. So one boss begets another, This is typical Cursed Hollow play, and both bosses will go over to VermitraX. There's nothing Jax here can do about it. In fact, Jax could be in some trouble. If there's roots going down, it will block out that escape, but instead they will actually engage. Mosh Pit catches not only the Tyrael, but the Vala and the Muradin. The Divine Shield on top of Uther for some reason. There goes the rest of the team of Fluffy and Playful, and Hitch is going to drop for the 4-man wipe. 4 for 0. That puts us at 9 kills, 0, and almost level 13 at the 7.5-minute mark. That bottom boss is still pushing in because it was taken early during the curse. It has gotten so much value. Top boss being pushed in here as well to the keep, also getting much value. Mid was defended out. The towers are still kicking, but they're not exactly the healthiest. 13 to 10. What kind of talents do we got on the board? Sprints, Ice Block. Not sure what that one's called, but it's the showstopper. And here goes the Rain of Vengeance. We got the Judgment there as well. They're looking for the kill on top of this game, who's just tanking it out. So many shields, so many heals. Nobody can touch him. Hitch is going to be joining once again. The Muradin, Aoda, not looking so healthy, is going to retreat all the way back to Fountain. And once more, it is kills for nil exchange. One keep down, the Golem on the key on the core, and the bottom gate missing because of that first Golem as well. VermitraX is on track here for a sub 15-minute game, and they're just playing their comp, man. They are playing their comp. The double heals are so hard to break through. The 4 melee are getting kited. They're getting polymorphed. They're getting emerald winded. And the mosh pits so far have just been on point. Absolutely. Level 14, 11, we're going to be looking at probably a 16-13 split when we do get to those levels. And geez, it's going from bad to worse here for Fluffy and Playful. Rain of Vengeance was there for that Vala. I expected her to kind of go strafe, but they want that CC, I guess. The Judgment to go with the Divine Shield to shield out the Metamorphosis on the Illidan, and that's going to leave us with Avatar here as well. Good choices overall, although again, I did expect to see a strafe. Nobody on the map, better check Bruisers. Lotus shows up, throws out the roots. One Bruiser still alive. They didn't actually finish it out. Ice Block coming in to escape with the Mosh. Not quite gonna happen, but it still does not need it. Uther and Vala gonna drop very quickly. You see the Dwarf jump to safety as there goes the Tyrael as well. And the Bruiser steal means that this gate is gonna be donezo. And perhaps even this keep here as well. There is a tribute on the map. Nobody seems to care, and it's not even a 16-13 split. It's a 16-12 because we have 14 kills under the hood here for VermitraX. What did they get? Hardened Focus, Imposing Presence, Northern Exposure, and the Critterize. So once more, it's the double vulnerabilities and the one Blood for Blood there from Sylvanas. Sylvanas, of course, using that passive. They take out the gate, they take out the keep. They will go get that tribute, or at least the bait seems like they will go get that tribute. The party bush is real, but Fluffy and Playful have no interest in trying to contest. They will just continue for the defense. Beezy over the wall finds escape here, and they will take out these giants. How long until bosses? 39 and a little bit longer there for the top. It's just their map. The entire map is blue. 3 forts, 3 keeps, and every single Merc camp to their name. Are they going to go in for the kill on this last keep already? 17-13 split, so we do have the next tier here for Fluffy and Playful. Frost Shot, Imposing Will, Shrink Ray as expected. No, actually, I expected to see it on the Malfurion, my bad. Sixth Sense and Thunderstrike. Yes, I love seeing Thunderstrike Muradins. Unfortunately, I'm not entirely too sure we're going to get any kind of value out of that town as we're continually just dealing with the death ball here from VermitraX. They are going for the keep. There's no tribute yet, although it should be spawning any second now. And Keep just cannot fire back. You throw out the Withering, you throw out the Shadow Dagger, and now the vulnerabilities as well, stacking into that. The Keep is on its last legs. Here goes the Judgment. It gets Iceblock and the 4-man Mosh, Silence Arrows, Emerald Wind. Here goes the damages, invulnerability for the Uther, and that is probably going to be game, ladies and gentlemen. As Chepo is down, the Vala is donezo. We lose out the Mirrodin, and once more Ayoda is going into the wind as he has to retreat and into the fountain. Who cares about that Keep? It can live all it wants. It's all about the core. And I said a sub 15-minute game, and it looks like it will come to pass. Chepo actually even leads the game. And Fluffy and Playful will just end up being that. No sharp edges on that Illidan today. 18-14. VermitraX once more showing us they are here to win. And they will be moving on to now the quarterfinals here with ETS Qualifier number 12.